I'm not planning on going out of town. All right. Thank you. Good night.
Hello, Cathy. I think it's time we have to talk to you.
You should be spending your coffee break with somebody else. Between my cold and the mood I'm in, not exactly great company.
Well, I'm not the happiest person in the world either right now, so...
Yeah. I can't believe it. Karen would lie to me like that. Why couldn't she tell me the truth?
And why my sister thinks the way she does? Maybe she was afraid. Maybe she thought you'd get mad at you and she wouldn't have told you to play.
Well, I probably would have. And I would have forgotten about it. Jenny, I tell you, the longer I think about it, the more I'm convinced that my marriage is in big trouble. Lady, stop with tears.
I'm not a lady. If I was, I wouldn't be here.
You were okay a while ago. You were enjoying yourself.
Well, now I hate myself.
Why didn't you think about that when I was buying you the present? I mean, you knew what was going to happen after that. I'm obviously not in the charity organization.
I don't care about the presents. They're not worth it.
All right. Don't take them with you.
Shut up. I don't want to see you again. I gotta get out of here.
May I come in?
Yes. Just what is it that you want?
Your hostility for me is very obvious. Yes. You were at the Craigs, made me feel like I was some kind of giant bug you wanted to step on.
Well, that's not far from the truth.
Why? I mean, you're acting as if I've committed some sort of crime.
Because I believe you did.
Well, can we sit down and talk about this? I think the only crime that I am guilty of is falling in love with Jenny. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't be hating me right now.
And Lana might still be alive.
That's my point. Lana was freaked out because I was in love with Jenny. But that was her problem, Cathy, not mine.
You were in love with Jenny. Why did you keep telling Lana that you loved her? Why did you keep seeing her? Why did you get her pregnant?
You got this all wrong.
Look, Brad, you can just stop the act with me because I know the truth. And you might very well be able to convince Jenny that you're an innocent and a lot of other people. Even Ed Hall, heaven help us. But you can't convince me. Why are you staring at me like that?
But it's sad. I mean, I knew that Lana was living in a fantasy world. But I thought that you would be able to distinguish between fantasy and reality. I mean, you're pretty together these days, aren't you?
Yes, Brad, I'm quite together these days.
Then why can't you give me the benefit of the doubt? Why won't you even consider what it is that I'm saying? Yes. Some time ago, before I realized how much I need Jenny, I played around with Lana. That's true. I was very immature. I treated her casually. But then I realized that I was in love with Jenny. And I realized that Lana was in love with me. And for both of those reasons, I broke off with Lana.
But not permanently. You got her back. You convinced her that you wouldn't hurt her again. You told her that you loved her.
That was all in her mind. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, Cathy. It was all entirely. She lost all grip on reality.
You're good. You're very good. I just don't happen to believe you.
I think that Lana went out and deliberately got herself pregnant so that she could accuse me of being the father and try to stop the wedding.
I saw the plane ticket you gave her. I also know that you gave her $1,500.
I never gave her any plane ticket. I mean, maybe it's either somebody else did or she went out and she bought it herself.
What about the $1,500? I happen to know that Lana didn't have that kind of money.
Well, I have no idea where she got it, but it wasn't from me.
Look, Brad, I told you before. Now, you may be able to convince Jenny, you may be able to convince the police, but you're wasting your time here.
That's a path. And that's very sad, too. Because when the truth comes out, you're going to have to do a lot of thinking about your ability to judge between fantasy and reality. I have a letter here that Lana wrote to me some time ago. Here, I'd like you to read it. Go on. Read it for yourself. And then tell me if you don't think that that is the product of a disturbed mind. Sorry this can't end the way it began. Well, I guess I better take my presents back if you don't want it. Don't worry. I won't do that. I know you want it. Take care of yourself.
They're not presents anymore. I pay for them now. Hey, that just scared me.
Scares me too, Jenny. I love your sister, you know that, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Now, what kind of marriage is that where there's no trust?
I'm thinking that she's going to change. She can change. She wants to.
Well, she says she wants to. That's not what she's doing. She knows I don't like her running around a place like Tony's place and bringing that guy Marco into the house. What's she doing with that guy like that?
I don't know. I know that night she was very up. She was very hyper. She couldn't sit still. She didn't want to sit still. She wanted Jim and me to go with her to Tony's place, but I thought I was getting married, and I was busy. I was nervous. I didn't want to go.
She went by herself.
Yes, that surprises me. Oh, actually, it doesn't surprise me. When she gets an idea in her head like that, it's pretty hard for her to let it go.
Yeah, the big house we live in is proof enough of that. Does it make her happy? No. No, it does make her happy. She's running around bars at night alone or hanging out with that creep Marco.
She said she was with Marco because they were worrying about Lana.
Fine, then do it in the daytime or do it in the coffee shop.
Larry, come on, don't give up on her. I know she's going to change. She can change. And she will. She just has to get rid of that little girl in her that keeps stomping her foot every time she doesn't get away.
I'm the first to admit, Jenny, I make things difficult for her. I know I work too much. I know I don't spend enough time at home with her. No, I don't give a damn about those parties and the dancing and the bars and everything. She loves that stuff. I'm trying to compromise with it. To out and out lie to me, Jenny.
That's the little girl part in her.
Well, maybe she's all a little girl. Maybe she's going to be a little girl for the rest of her life. I don't know. Maybe it's as basic a thing as I'm too old to change, she's too young to change. Hi, Larry. Hello, Jenny. Hey, you haven't seen my wife around here, have you? There we are. Made her here about 15 minutes ago. Maybe she's given up on me and left.
How's the investigation going?
Oh, it's about like every investigation, slowly. By the way, Larry, I hope you understand I wasn't trying to make trouble between you and Karen. Oh, yeah, no, of course. I understand. Hey, how's it going? Oh.
I don't believe she meant a word of it.
Come on, Cathy. You're going to try and tell me that you've read that letter and you still don't believe that Lana was mentally disturbed? How can you ignore statements like, I didn't know it was possible to hate someone as much as I hate you. Every night I fall asleep thinking of new ways to kill you. Somehow something as simple as just shooting you isn't enough.
Yes, I know, Brad. I read it.
Yeah, and then in the very next sentence she talks about how much she loves me, how she wants to marry me.
And how she looks forward to you coming to her apartment every night and making love to her.
And then back to how much she hates me again. Cathy, the last paragraph is practically incoherent.
That letter was written by a drunken mind, not a disturbed one.
Come on, Cathy. I mean, you can't use drunkenness as an excuse. That theory went out years ago. Whatever you do drunk is exactly what you would gladly do sober if you only let yourself. And the girl was bananas.
So hurt, Brad. And everyone has fantasies about getting back at the person that's hurt them.
Yeah, but she was living a fantasy, and I don't understand why you can't understand that. I mean, you've been through it yourself.
Crazy, you mean?
No. I mean that you understand mental torture. You know what it is for things to just suddenly snap.
Yes. Yes, well, Lana was desperate. She was not crazy.
Not crazy in spite of everything that happened.
It would not have happened. No, it would. It would not have happened if she just listened to me and come here. But she wouldn't listen to me. I don't know. I guess she was so drunk she couldn't even hear me. But she said no. She was going to stay home. She was going to take 2 sleeping pills and some hot milk and go to bed. And I told her, don't take the sleeping pills. And she said, okay, I won't. I'll go to bed. But quite obviously, she did take the sleeping pills. But still, considering how much alcohol was in her system, I don't believe that 2 sleeping pills could kill her. What's the matter?
Just hit me that she was just planning to go to sleep and then she died.
That's right, Brad. She died. You treated her very badly, and for that I will never forgive you.
All right, then. Maybe I did. But I was different then. I have changed.
Have you?
No, I was thinking about having a memorial service for Lana. I mean, do you think that would be a good idea?
You would actually attend? You would have the nerve to attend?
Listen to me, Cathy. I was never in love with Lana. And she caused me a lot of hassle, but I did honestly care about her. Her death hurt me. But a tragedy, I'm outraged that it should happen, and you're damn right I would attend. I've got nothing to hide. Ed Hall hasn't even talked to me yet. What's more, I don't think he's going to. Because the facts prove that truth is on my side. And the sooner you accept that, the better off you'll be.
Cathy saying these days?
Well, Cathy is adamantly convinced Brad Vernon is the central figure in this drama.
Yeah, I know, and I've been wondering why you haven't questioned him yet. Particularly in view of what Cathy's saying.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get around to Mr. Vernon, all right.
Why have you waited so long to question Brad?
Because I thought if I gave him enough time to worry, he might do something. Make a grandstand play that'll tell me a lot more than his words, especially if they're rehearsed words.
Well, I hope that he's innocent. Particularly for Jenny's sake.
Yeah, well, from what I understand, Jenny is behind him 100%. I've always trusted Jenny's judgment in people. However, in this case, I'd be ashamed to have to put that boy in jail.
You know, that's one of the things that I love about you.
What?
Oh, the fact that you have so much feeling for people. That you haven't gotten cynical after all these years of seeing them at their worst.
Well, it isn't easy. I guess if I ever got cynical, I'd be a bad cop, a bad person, not to mention a bad husband.
I can't imagine you being a bad husband.
Thank you.
Anyway, I do hope that Jenny has been wise in her choice of the man that she wants to marry.
Yeah. Basically, I like Brad. It sure will be hard to continue to like him if it turns out he had something to do with the death of Lana McLean.
Oh, Sam, it's something going on with you, and I just can't help but notice it. You know, you're just so jumpy and so preoccupied. And I want to ask you what's wrong, but whatever strain you're in, you just like to keep it to yourself. But here I am, if you want to talk about this.
Hi, Sadie.
Hi, Brad, how are you?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm starved. I didn't get much to eat today.
All right, is that a hit now that you want me to make you something?
Well,
See, that's what I thought. Now, what would you like?
how about a giant peanut butter sandwich with gobs of peanut butter on it?
But it certainly would not be my choice. But like they say, whatever turns you on.
No kidding. I'm glad you're home. Let's talk to you.
Now, when now?
Well, I'm not sure. I think I may be in bigger trouble than I was before.
Bigger trouble. Come on, Brad, man, I cannot take much more of this.
Okay, well, it may be all right, Sam. I don't know. I'm so paranoid now I can't even think.
All right, just tell me and get it over with.
I went over to Cathy Lord's, and while I was there, I suggested that we have a funeral service for Lana.
You what?
Sam, I'm doing what I have to do. Ever since Lana died, it's like Cathy's been bound and determined to avenge her death on my head, so I thought I ought to try and win her over. Anyway, I suggested that we have the service. I thought that way she'd see I had nothing to be afraid of. I'd be willing to stand up in front of all those people after all the rumors that have been flying around. Now, I don't know.
Scares me. The whole thing scares me, Brad. Harry?
called me, I wouldn't have to be here. Now, did you talk to Ed Hall or what?
Yeah, he came by. And then Larry was sick, so he came home, and you're part of the story. And he knows I was at Tony's, and he knows I was with you.
Good. You told your story well. Thank you. And congratulations for both of us, kid.
No, congratulations to you, not to me. I have never seen Larry this angry.
You'll get over it. Looks like you had a typical fight, though, huh? The minute it was over, you ran out and bought yourself some presents.
Give me that, it's mine. I paid for it, and you made me.
Well, you don't look fine to me, Brad. Sadie, No, I'm not fine. And can't you guess why? Oh, no, I don't think that I can. Well, think. I mean, where am I supposed to be right now? I'm supposed to be out in the Caribbean on my honeymoon, and where am I? I'm sitting in a living room eating a peanut butter sandwich. No, I'm not fine. I'm miserable. I'm going to keep on being miserable, too, until I have my honeymoon. Sorry about that, Brad. It really is sad. But I hope that you two can work it out soon. I hope so, too, because I've just about forgotten what it's like to be happy. Oh, well, if you two will excuse me, I've got to go upstairs and run the vacuum cleaner.
Here you go, Brad.
What is she doing here?
Oh, Brad, what's the matter with you?
She'll be snooping around.
She is not.
Are you kidding? Every time I walk in the door, she says, "What's the matter with you?"
Well, she asked me that, too. You know why? Because we show a little bit more than we think. And she picks up on that.
Maybe she should have been a private detective or something.
Look, she asks because she's concerned. Look, you're the one who got us into this mess. Don't blame it on Sadie.
All right? Sorry.
Brad, please, can't we please stop this lying?
Now?
Yes, now. I've had enough.
Yeah, well, what, you think this is a day at the beach for me?
Well, now you're going to get on me or what?
Sam, look, my nerves are just frazzled.
I know. That's the point. We can't keep this up, Brad. We can't. And if you stop a minute and think, you realize that there's no reason to because you had nothing to do with Mama's death.
It's too late, Sam. It's just too late.
No, it isn't. All you have to do is call Ed Hall. Call him and tell him you want to talk to him. And call him before he calls you. And then you can tell him that you're with Lana and that you panicked. And you can even tell him why you panicked because you didn't know what Jenny would think.
You're brilliant. Now tell me what Jenny will think.
Well, whatever it is, she'll forgive you. You know that. You've got her wrapped around your finger, Brad. Come on.
Yes, but I don't have a wedding band on her finger. That's the point.
Well, she'll still marry you. And when you do get married, you'll have a peaceful marriage. You're a good marriage, you know, without this deceit.
Sam, that all sounds great in theory, but it just isn't that simple. For too many months now, I've gone around telling everybody I haven't had anything to do with Lana, and if it comes out now...
You know something? This whole thing is you and your image. You're afraid of what the people are going to think and what the people are going to say. Well, I really mean it. But so what, Brad? Really? I mean, they're going to forget about it. So will Jenny. Because you didn't commit a crime, okay? You were just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
No, I don't know, Sam. I do not know.
I do. And I'm thinking a lot more clearly than you are at this point. And I am thinking about your future, Brad. If you tell this lie, you're going to have to live with it. And it's just going to, you're going to have to hide it, and it's going to fester away.
You're sounding exactly like Dad right now.
Well, it's true. And you know it's true. So why don't you just get clean with everyone and start fresh?
Maybe you're right. I have to think about it. What the hell are you talking about? What did I make you do?
I'm in a big mess now because of you.
All right, the alibi mess I know about. What's the mess with the present?
Marco, just get out of here. I am so sick and tired of throwing you out of here. Just get out of here and never come back.
I'll leave for now. I can't say I won't be back. We need to keep in touch.
You obviously ran out of here. Went shopping.
Well, I did go downtown, yes, but I didn't go shopping. I looked at the stores. I wanted to buy stuff, but I forced myself not to.
Where did this come from? Your fairy godmother?
Actually, honey, you're very close. Do you remember that lady that I told you I toured Europe with, Mrs. Sneed?
Yeah, so?
Well, I bought some things there, and when I left, I managed to leave them behind. And I guess her servants just managed to pack them up. And I found them on the front porch when I came back, and I guess you'd already gone. What's the matter? Don't you believe me?
Oh, I believed you when you told me you came straight home from Jenny's that
Sorry.
night. Well, I'm sorry, Karen. You make it hard to believe anything.
I said I was sorry.
So am I, baby. So am I.
What can I do to make you trust me again?
I don't know. You can try to become a person that I can trust.
Harry, I want to. I want to so bad. I want that more than anything else in the world. Don't you think I hate myself for lying?
Getting caught, you babe.
No, I mean for lying. See, when I was lying, I knew I was doing it, and I just couldn't stop myself. But I think I finally learned my lesson.
Oh, Karen, how I wish that were true.
You're not going to throw me out, or you're going to give me another chance.
No, I'm not going to throw you out.
Well, then, wouldn't you just put your arm around me, or just hold me? Would you please do that for me?
Sam, I'm aware of how much sense you're making. And maybe Jenny would buy that I went to see Lana out of concern because she was so drunk and hysterical.
I'm sure she would. Because she wants to, because she loves you. But really, this is your only way out.
And the
I'll be upstairs.
Come on, Lana, drink before it gets cold again. Let's go.
Lana said she was going to take 2 sleeping pills and some hot milk and go to bed. Sleeping pills. Hot milk.
Oh, my God.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm just thinking. That's all.
About telling Jenny? Listen, Brad. I'll call her and get her over here, okay? And I will stay here and I'll help you tell her. Come on, Brad. Look. You see, I don't know I don't understand it. If she knows the truth, it'll be better than whatever she thinks right now.
How do you know what she's thinking?
Well, I think I do know. Now listen, she loves you and it's not going to be that hard. I'm going to call her. I didn't know who to turn to. I'm sorry to be taking up your time like this.
You're not taking up my time. That's what I'm here for. Now look, can you describe Brian's behavior in detail?
But to describe, there's no communication between us.
You mean that literally?
Well, he talked to Paul. don't exist. No, wait a minute, I take that back. If I'm going out, he asks me where I'm going, and I tell him, and then he just looks at me with this cold, terrible look at it, as though he didn't believe me, and then he just walks away. I can't deal with it anymore. I mean, I can't stand looking at him like that. Hey, Dad, unfinished scan chest?
No thanks.
What's the matter?
Brian, do you realize that since you've been home from the hospital, you've hardly spoken to your mother?
So, what's that got to do with it?
Well, if you don't know the answer to that, then you're not as smart as I thought you were. Brian, she's your mother. She loves you, and you're going out of your way to hurt her, and she doesn't deserve that.
Don't understand.
There is nothing to understand. I can see and I can hear.
No, I mean... All right. The only reason I'm being so hard on Mom is for you.
Sam, no, not yet. I can't.
Why not, Brad?
Well, among other reasons, the very first thing Jenny would do is drag me down to headquarters. She'd make me tell the whole thing to Ed Hall.
Well, so what? You're innocent.
Sam, maybe, just maybe, Jenny would believe that. Lieutenant Hall, never. I can guarantee it.
Oh, okay. So what are you going to do? You're going to lie to the warrant? You're going to be married to her in a couple weeks? Is that how you're going to start your life together?
Ben, get off my back, all right? I'm not going to do it, and you can't make me. Just buzz off.
Hey! I heard you on the way out in the kitchen. Now what are you two fighting about? I'm sorry, Will. You know, I keep telling myself that this is just a phase. With Brian, I mean, that it's just a bad time that we're all going through.
You may very well be right.
Except that it's breaking me down. I mean, I just can't take it anymore. If only I knew what I had done to set him off like that.
Maybe nothing at all, Ben.
No, I had to have done something because, you see, there was a definite moment when it happened. I can almost pinpoint it exactly.
But you hadn't done it. I mean, things were quite normal between you up to that point.
Well, as normal as they have been since Paul came back.
You mean the atmosphere was strange?